Hello, Mr. Curran here again today to speak to you about PE and to specifically speak to the Year 8s and to give you lucky people some homework. So we're going to be looking at improving cardiovascular endurance. We're going to be looking a little bit at the respiratory system and also about training zones as well. This is information that's going to be on the test that you have this year, but also it's very important leading up to the GCSE PE. So improving cardiovascular endurance. Cardio meaning the heart, vascular meaning the heart and lungs working together, and endurance meaning going for a long time. The graph shows the levels your pulse rate should be raised to be relative to your age using the calculation. So as we can see here then, we've got our, on one side, the left hand side, we've got the heart rate, that's the beats per minute, how many times your heart beats per minute. On the right hand side it's the same, so it's got how many your heart rate, so how many beats per minute on that side as well. At the bottom we have age, and then in between we have the graph that has a negative correlation between how old you are and how high your maximum heart rate is. So we've got maximum effort, that's going to be between 90 and 100%. That's going to be the effort that we can use that's going to be safe, but it's going to be maximal. That's going to be almost like a 1 repetition max. It's like a chest press or clean and jerk. And the maximum heart rate, it's not the maximum my heart can possibly ever beat, but it's the highest that it can beat while it's still safe and not at risk of heart attack and stroke and things like that. We have your anaerobic threshold, so that's when you're making energy without oxygen. That's anaerobic, without oxygen. Your anaerobic zone is between 80 and 90% of your maximum heart rate, so that's going to be a big intense effort. And then we've got aerobic zone, and your aerobic zone with air, aerobic, and that's between 60 and 80% of your maximum heart rate. So that's going to be going for quite continuously without stopping, normally for about 15 minutes or more. That's when you're going to be in your aerobic zone between 60 and 80%. So your maximum heart rate then, your maximum heart rate is the most amount of beats per minute that your heart can do safely. It's figured out with the following equation. Maximum heart rate equals 220 minus your age. So for example, if a person is 15, it'd be 220 minus 15 equals 205 beats per minute is their maximum heart rate. That's their maximum heart rate, 205 per minute, because we figure out our maximum heart rate by doing the number 220 minus age. Okay, so we have anaerobic respiration, that's between 80 and 90% of your maximum heart rate. It's for a short burst of energy. Oxygen will not be used to make the energy during this process. And as you can see, we've got an example there of Usain Bolt. He's a person that would be using anaerobic respiration. That's a sprinter there, Usain Bolt, anaerobic, because it's going to be a maximal effort, it's going to be short bursts, and he's not going to have enough time to get that oxygen from the air into his lungs. So aerobic respiration, that's 60 to 80% of your maximum heart rate. It's you use this during continuous exercise, that's exercise for a long period of time. Oxygen will be used to make the energy, so you'll expect oxygen to be there and being broken down to get the energy from that. We've got Mo Farah. He's an example of a sports person that would use aerobic respiration in a marathon runner, because he's going to be doing it for continuous exercise for a long time. So we can move on then to looking at breathing during exercise. Muscle cell respiration increases, which means more energy is being made in the muscles. So more oxygen is being used as part of it, and this increases the amount of waste, so the amount of carbon dioxide that's released after that. The brain detects this increased levels of carbon dioxide. A signal is sent to the lungs, and breathing is increased. So as the breathing rate and the volume of air in each breath increases, this means that gaseous exchange takes place, and we also get more oxygen going around the body via the blood. So the brain also tells the heart to beat faster, so that the blood is pumped to the lungs for gaseous exchange. So we're getting more blood there, ready to take the levels of oxygen away, and then more oxygenated blood gets to the muscles, and more CO2 and waste products can be removed as well. So this is why we breathe heavily during and after exercise. So questions then to be done for homework. You should have been given some sheets in your lessons, but if not, you can always just write these down in your planner or on a sheet of paper. So question number 1, how do you work out your maximum heart rate, your own personal maximum heart rate at your age? What training zone would you be in to improve your strength? What training improve would you be in to improve your maximal strength? And then what training zone would you be in to improve your cardiovascular endurance, your stamina? So fill those questions out, bring them to your lesson, and we'll be able to go through the answers then. Thanks.